also recognizes a valedictorian, who is the graduate who has the highest rank in his or her class. Being the valedictorian of your graduating class is also a great honor. At this time, I would like to introduce this year's valedictorian, Seago-Tamadon. Logan, come on in. I am honored to present to you the valedictorian for your graduating class of 2025. Fix this cap real quick.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Valines, board members, IBEC staff, friends, family, and the graduating class of 2025. Thinking back to the first time I walked into the exquisite IBEC Learning Cottage, a phrase that will most definitely haunt me forever, I recognize that the difference between that day and today are immense. Since that day, many of us realized the value of a good deodorant. But far more importantly, we have also matured, become more self-aware, have a better understanding of the world around us, and many of us have even identified a path to follow in life. Looking back over this tumultuous time, there are definitely a few specific experiences that stick out to me. One day, in my evolution of biodiversity class at UNCW, my professor said that most people are not remembered after they die. So in the grand scheme of evolution, none of your lives matter. And as you can imagine, at first I was pretty crushed. It seemed like such a harsh and sensitive thing to say, but the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I came to the conclusion that going down the history books is not the true purpose of living. Instead, one's primary goal should be to make the most of what they have while they are still here. And I saw in that moment that life is an opportunity, and everything that I have done since that day has been a reflection of that very idea. I'm also aware that I'm not the only person who feels that way. Many of my fellow graduates have accomplished so much over the past few years and have prepared themselves to accomplish even more in college, in their careers, and in their lives in general. So, to all my fellow scientists, activists, artists, writers, and athletes, congratulations on all you have done to make this day so different than when we began our high school journey here at IBEC Early College. In fact, this is probably a good time to give ourselves a nice, long round of applause. To a large extent, the success we have enjoyed in high school has been dictated by the choices we made. What classes do we take? Who do we pick as friends? And how to best avoid fellow IBEC students on Chancellor's Walk. Over the next 4 years in college, however, the number of choices we will have to make will expand exponentially and become far more significant. Will I take intelligent risks or reckless ones? Will I dedicate myself to helping others or only myself? Will I encounter challenges and setbacks with resilience, or will I wallow in defeat? And many others. To complicate matters further, we will be making many of these choices completely independently, far from the reassuring voices of families, and the nurturing environment that many of us have always known here at IBEC. Every choice we make will reverberate in our lives, and I am confident that as a whole we will continue to make the same wise, informed, brave choices that we have always made. It might be frightening at times, but no matter what choices await us, we are prepared to make them. All we have to do is believe in ourselves and the impact that each of us can have on our world. To everyone here, including faculty, administrators, and even the younger siblings who are checking the program to see when the ceremony will finally be over. Good luck, good choices, and go Bearhawks.